Summer has finally peaked in August for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, which means that the Fireworks Festival is back every Sunday at 7 PM. If you've never played this event before, then basically you can head to the Resident Services Plaza to enjoy fireworks with all your different villagers, get a bunch of different gifts, take part in a raffle, and even share your own fireworks designs that will be shown off in the sky. It's honestly not the most complicated event in the game, but it's typically been a fan favorite in the series. The event even received an update last year, which you might have missed if you took a break from Animal Crossing New Horizons before the 2.0 update. This added in new items like candy floss and even boba tea from Red's raffle. And if you're a new player, then this is probably the most comprehensive version of the event that you can get to enjoy, as everything is here. But don't worry, if you have played this event before, then there are new additions which you can enjoy thanks to the huge 2.0 update changing the way we live around our islands. First of all, I have to give a huge shout out to Mayor Blake, who inspired this video and gave me some of the ideas to share with you all, so I'll link his Instagram down in the description. So what new things can you expect with the Fireworks Festival in 2022? Well, one of the big additions that we got with the 2.0 update was the inclusion of Cap'n, taking us to a whole bunch of really cool mystery islands. Well, if you head onto Cap'n's boat once the fireworks have already started to light up the sky and you decide to take a ride with him, allow him to serenade you and you'll see the fireworks actually appear in the sky. This is one of the only times that you can actually see this happen in all of Animal Crossing New Horizons, the other time being during New Year's. It's honestly a really cool sight to see the fireworks just lighting up the sky as you head to a random mystery island with Cap'n. Usually I do actually tend to skip him singing to me, as I've just seen it so many times. I'm sorry Cap'n, I don't mean to upset you, but seeing the fireworks actually makes it more exciting to go on these rides. So I definitely recommend that you do take one during the nighttime, because obviously if you do it during the daytime, then you may miss this. You can only take one ride with him per day after all, so you'd have to wait until the next Sunday in order to see this again, or unfortunately wait all the way until New Year's to get more fireworks. So definitely make sure you take a ride with Cap'n, I don't think you'll regret it. Now, if you head back to the plaza, you'll notice that the Morning Stretches radio has actually been hidden all the way at the back, but if you do decide to interact with it, you'll actually be able to see Red taking part in his formal wear outfit. This is one of the only times that you can actually see him wearing this during Morning Stretches, and generally speaking, you don't really get to see Red take part in the Morning Stretches much at all, as he doesn't really appear on your island very often. If you're lucky enough to get his boat appear, which does feel like something I don't see very much on my island, then you may get to see him take part. But it's actually really cool to see Red participating like you can with a lot of the other special characters who have their events. I'm not sure if you can get to see Isabelle taking part wearing her little head boppers or not, but if you have seen this, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, as I think that would be absolutely adorable. So yeah, a pretty small one, but still cool nonetheless. Speaking of Red, during every Sunday in August, you actually won't be able to see him on Harveys Island, so you may want to prepare for this in advance. Of course, he's not available to sell you artwork like he usually is over on Harves, so you will have to wait. This does mean that when you head over, you can actually see his stall empty basically every time. Like I mentioned at the start of the video as well, if you missed the update in 2021 for the Fireworks Festival, then you'll want to make sure you interact with his raffle a lot so you can try and get some of those new prizes like the boba tea. I feel like some of these food items are honestly some of the best in the entire game, so it's definitely worth taking part in Red's raffle. The items of course are disposable too, so you can only use them a certain amount of times. That means that it might be a good idea to stock up on them. After all, they're not too expensive and they're really only here throughout August. Speaking of Harveys Island, we of course have two new locations since the 2.0 update. We have the Happy Home Paradise Archipelago and then also the extended shop section of Harveys Island. I thought I should mention within this video that if you do head to the Happy Home Paradise Archipelago, you sadly won't be able to see any fireworks. This is of course because it's a pretty separate location from your main island, so you just can't see them in the sky from here. It would have been really cool if you could have though. I'm sure it's not that far away, so it would have made sense if maybe you could see them in the distance somehow, but sadly that is not the case. And it's also worth noting that you can't see fireworks from Harveys Island either, so these locations may not be worth heading to when you're trying to enjoy the Fireworks Festival, in case somehow you hope that you could see them there. Your main island is definitely the best place to be if you want to enjoy the fireworks, especially as the characters on these other locations won't really mention them at all. A fun feature that I feel like I should point out, which I feel like not a lot of people know about, is the fact that sometimes your villagers will actually give you a special gift to enjoy throughout the festival, which means that you don't need to obtain one from Red. For example, Renee decided to approach me and gift me a sparkler which I could mess around with, which was honestly a lot of fun. This event does have some of the more interactive items in the game, so you want to make sure you get your hands on a lot of them. It's also worth noting that if you do end up with a lot of rubbish in your pockets from this event, there is a bin on the Resident Services Plaza which you can use at any time to dispose of this. It's actually pretty interesting seeing an item like this on the Resident Services Plaza, as typically we can't put our own items there, so it does make me feel pretty jealous honestly, but hey, it's kind of useful to have a bin around so you can dispose of items without having to head over to Nook's Cranny and selling them for basically no bells at all. Generally speaking, the Fireworks Festival is a really great time to talk to your villagers, to get a lot of dialogue as well that you can't really see any other time during the year. I'm not 100% sure if the 2.0 update added any new dialogue to the event or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did, as there were literally hundreds and hundreds of new lines of dialogue added, so definitely see if you can spot any lines of dialogue that maybe you didn't notice in 2021 or even 2020. Events are always the best time to talk with your villagers to get unique dialogue, something that I know people want to see more of in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So definitely go out there and talk to them, because you may be surprised by some of the dialogue you get. And come on, these guys are lonely, you probably haven't talked to them in like 6 months now, so have a conversation with your villagers, you won't regret it. Overall, the Fireworks Festival is probably one of my favorites in Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's really close to the event that we had back in Animal Crossing New Leaf, which is now incredibly nostalgic to me, and it's just a good time to get together with your friends as well and hang around the island with some fun interactive items. So, I'd love to know in the comments section down below if you plan on taking part in this event and what you think about it overall. Once again, I have to give a big shout out to Mayor Blake, whose Instagram I'll link down in the description. Their inspiration for this video definitely helped a lot, so I really appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know that you did. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like to support the content, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing New Horizons videos. If you want to help support me and my channel, click the join button down below the video or the link in the description to become a channel member and a member of the Bob's Gang. You can get a whole bunch of really cool perks for doing so, such as exclusive emojis, a badge by your name, exclusive content and posts, and so much more, so be sure to check that out.